Can you believe it's June already? It really snuck up on me. I seem to be a week behind in what I need to do. So stay with me today as I go ahead and set up my weeklies for the month of June. Well, hi everyone. This is Crystal from A Crystal Clear Life, where we focus on planning, organizing, and living a more simplified life. And today I am going to keep it simple by taking my May weekly that I designed for last month and doing a flip-flop and seeing how that works for me for the month of June. So, if you are new here and you are someone who likes to plan in OneNote or is a OneNote user, welcome. And if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. I appreciate all of you staying around to watch this video today. And I just want to say that I really enjoy using OneNote on my desktop and on my iPad and my Samsung Android phone. It's very convenient to be able to go to all of those different platforms and have my notebooks updated automatically because they all sync from the cloud. So I do store my things in OneDrive. If you are somebody who uses OneNote, please leave me a comment below and let me know what your favorite way to use OneNote is. I am always interested in learning new ways that people are using OneNote. All right, well, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Let's jump into the computer and we will look at the last week in May and then move that forward into June. Okay, here we go. Well, as you can see here on my screen, I have May 29th to June 4th, so I got a little bit into the week, but now I need to get my week set up for the remainder of June. When I set this 2-page spread up for my weeklies in May, I went back to my tried and true table feature for each day of the week. So on the one side here, I have a 4-column table with multiple rows, and I have that set for Monday through Thursday. And then on the other side, I have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and a section for the next week or two as I'm doing some advanced planning. Okay? Then what I did is I have my general sections down here, those extra things that I like to keep track of, my goals, my priorities, my projects that I'm working on, my dinner plans, my things that I have to schedule for Crystal Clear Life, how I'm going to keep track of all of that stuff. So I like to have all of that on one page. All right. What I was finding was as I was adding things, so you can see some of these columns here, like Thursday got very long as I was adding additional rows. And as I would do that, these boxes down here would shift. They would move down and maybe even move off of the page, kind of like this flower is doing here, where it's kind of peeking off of the page. All right. And that was kind of troublesome for me. So I decided that for the month of June, I'm going to keep the same layout, except I'm going to flip flop. I'm going to put those important boxes that I have along the bottom of the screen here at the top, and I'm going to take those columns for the days of the week and move those to the bottom. Okay. All right. So let's make a copy of this page. So I'm going to go down here and right click, copy or move. My dialog box comes up and says, where do you want to move it to? I want to move it to June, which happens to be right here on the top, and I am going to make a copy of that, okay? All right, and now it's copied, so when I jump over to June, I should be able to find that page. So when I jump over to June, I go all the way down to the bottom, and I will see that page, May 29th. So let's drag that and pull it up. There we go, so we can work on it. And let's see, as you can tell from my dashboard page that's here on the screen, June for me is strawberry themed. So you're going to see a lot more strawberries in the month of June. Okay, let's click on this page. Now remember, this is a copy of the page that I was using in my May section. All right. The first thing that I need to do is go in and take out all of the graphics for May and clean it up. I'll empty out my boxes of things that are not important to me, and we'll go forward from there. So I'm going to speed up this process. All I'm doing is going in and highlighting an item and hitting the delete key like that. Okay? All right, zooming up. I've gotten rid of all the graphics and most of the text that's on here. And what I want to do now is I'm going to start that flip-flopping process, okay? So I'm going to grab my weeklies and I'm going to move them all the way over here so that they are out of the way, like so. And then I also have this box right here that says Google Calendar and Cleaning Zone. That's important, but that's going to go in a new location as well. So I'm going to move that out of the way. Okay. All right. The next thing that I want to do is I want to start shifting these boxes. I want to bring these important boxes to the top. Okay. All right. So I'm going to move my top focus and my priorities up here to the top. And you can see here that some of these things are highlighted and some of them are not. My top focus for last week was to get the bills paid. I did that, so I'm going to delete that. And also during the week, as I complete things, I will go through and highlight them. So my husband and I were able to put our small above ground pool up last weekend. So I came in here and highlighted that to show that it was finished. The one thing I haven't not done yet is put the binding on the quilt. So I need to leave that one. We have had such beautiful weather that we've spent a lot of time outside. It's been in the 70s, low humidity, and I just love being outside in that kind of weather. Okay. So I'm going to leave that quilt binding on the top. And then underneath of that, I have the projects that I'm currently working on. So I'm going to leave those there, and my prayer concerns can stay as well. Okay. Let's see. The next section that I have are my weekly to-dos and any weekly goals that I might have that I want to be working on. And then I also have my dinner plans. Okay. So really what this one is this here is, let's see if I can show you. This is a table that I've divided into two sections. All right. Now you might be asking, how do you divide that into two sections? Well, what I did is I created this 2-column table and I inserted it into the same container that this weekly to-do list was in as well. Okay. Now I don't want those dark blue. I want those with no color. So we'll do that. And now I have a place to start putting my to-dos, and I still have my dinner plans. Okay. All right. And then we can bring up also communications, and we'll put that there. And then also this next little group, this next little column is the things that I do for a crystal clear life. And what I want to do for those is pull those up to the top. I'll move these little icons as well. So these are the things that I have to do for YouTube. And then I also have these two little icons down here, which when they get really tiny, they can be really hard to move. So the easiest way to do that is, I think, the lasso tool. It grabs everything and lets me move it all at once. Okay. All right. So those are my Instagram and Facebook posts. All right. So I'll go through and fill those out later. I'm really just trying to design the basic page right now. Okay. All right. My next column over here is actually two separate things. This is my routine household chores that I do, you know, vacuuming, dusting, all of that kind of stuff. And again, as I complete those tasks for the week, I go in and highlight them. And let's see, to get a fresh start, we're going to go through and we're going to remove all of the highlighting so that nothing is finished for the weeks ahead. Okay. Sometimes also what I like to do here is, because this is kind of the Alistair method, I like to put an asterisk under the day when I like to do those kinds of things. So let's say the trash run here, I usually like to take the trash on either Tuesday or Thursday. So I'm going to go ahead and put my asterisk back in there. And I usually do the grocery shopping at the same time, because if I am out and about, I like to bundle my errands together. Okay. All right. Then I also have my weekly gratitude and wins, which I like to keep front and center. And then I have a simple notes box here. Again, I'm going to lasso these two so they stay together, because this is a drawing of a box and a text box on top of that. Okay. All right. Now I want to pull over these important links that I have here for my Google Calendar and my cleaning zones and that kind of thing. And I want to pull back in my weekly schedule. Oops. Didn't let go soon enough. My weekly schedule here down at the bottom. Now the idea is when I start adding extra rows to this weekly section down here, it's not going to move everything else on the page that's above it. It will simply add those rows here at the bottom. So if I come to this last cell here under Thursday and click there and hit the tab key, I get a new column, or a new row, excuse me, so that I can just add more information. All right. Now I know that every morning on Monday at 9 o'clock, I have a meeting, my Monday morning meeting. So I'm going to put that there. And let's see, I'm going to have any other regularly scheduled events. So for example, I do my weekly review on Friday. This is the link to my weekly review page. So it looks like this and takes me through my process of doing my weekly review. I have an entire video on my weekly review. If you would like to see that, I will link that up above. And then I also have church on at 9:30 on Sunday mornings. And those are kind of my definite set in stone things for every single week. Okay. All right. Now, as you saw in the dashboard, my theme for this month is strawberries. So what I'm going to do first is grab this June title graphic that I made here. So I'm going to copy that and I'm going to take it back to my weekly. And remember, when you paste on the side. You can either hit the paste button or Control V. And then we can put that graphic in place like so. Make it a little bit smaller so it fits perfectly on the page. And there we go. All right. Now, as you can see, the blue and pink that I was using in the month of May is not looking so good with these graphics. So what I want to do is go in here and do some table shading. So I'm going to click anywhere in the cell that you want to shade. Go down here to table, go to shading, and then you can see all of the colors that are here, standard colors, recent colors, and even more colors. You can even put the hex code in if you want to do that, okay? All right. So let's see. I'm going to use, for table shading, I like this nice dark red. Nope, that's too bright. There we go. That one looks better, I think, with the June. And then it's very easy once you have that table shading chosen. See that color is showing right here? You can just click that button. You don't have to look at all the colors again. And so I'm going to go through, I kind of like to do every other one. So I'm going to pick this row here and do my shading for these as well. There we go. And there we go. And let's see, I think I'm also going to do these two in that red. I think it's very pretty. Strawberries are red, so I might as well go for it, right? All right, so those rows as well. Table and shading. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to pick a green color. I'm going to speed this up so you don't have to see all of that, but I'm just going down here to table shading, and I think I'm going to pick this medium green, which I think will work okay. Okay. Now, I was also playing around with adding a few more stickers in here. Remember, I said that my theme for this month is this cute sticker set from Doodlebug Draws, and it is called Strawberries. And this is where I got my title from and all of that kind of thing. So I was playing around with organizing some of these pictures and strawberries and all of that kind of stuff. Let me zoom in and show you this cute little mouse. Okay, so you can see here this cute little mouse. He is one graphic, one sticker, and then I have this strawberry, which is on here about 3 or 4 different times. And really what I did is I just rotated it. So in case you don't know how to do that quickly, I will show you. You click on the graphic and you right click and you say rotate, and you can rotate it. Now it's upside down. You can rotate it 90 degrees left or right. You can flip it horizontally if you would like, or vertically like so. And then, you can also play around with the size. So if I want to make one look smaller, I can do that. All right. And so what I really was trying to do here is just kind of tell a little story with the little mouse going through the strawberry patch and collecting some strawberries to take home, maybe to his family. Okay. All right. And then once I got everything the way that I wanted it, I will leave this little strawberry here for now. And all I did then is select everything like so. And you can see that everything is then highlighted. Right click and hit copy. And then I like to go over here and use this paste as a picture. And what that does is it creates one graphic where everything is together, as opposed to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 graphics, which can move apart and are still free floating. So now I have this cute little graphic that I can use. So I'm going to take it, make a copy of it, and I will take it back to the weekly that I'm working on. Again, paste on the side, Control V, and I think he's going to look really cute down here in the bottom of my notes section. There we go. I just think he's adorable. I like him a lot. Okay. All right. Now, why is he collecting all of those strawberries? Well, let's see. I think he has a whole collection of strawberries back in his little hidey hole. And so he's going to need to take those back and put them in his little basket. So over there by meal planning, I'm going to add that cute little strawberry basket. Remember, I can make it larger or smaller if I want. Okay. All right. Let's see. Oh, yes. I also was playing around with, she has date covers. So in the sticker set, there are the days of the week and the date covers that are the strawberries with the numbers on them. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to make a copy of those, select everything, make a copy of those, and then take them back, paste them on the side, like so. And now that is one graphic. And I'm going to take that and I'm going to move it over here into the Tuesday space. All right. And I want to copy that so it's right in that top cell. So here I'm going to cut it and I'm going to go over here to Tuesday and I'm going to paste right in that cell. Right in that cell. And you see now that the graphic is contained within that cell. Okay, so I'm going to do that for all of the weeks and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have all of my days of the week and dates in. Those look really cute. I do have space down here underneath if I want to add the weather or something like that, which is something that I normally do. So I think that's great. And then again, remember, because these are graphics, I can make them bigger if I want, or I can make them smaller if I need to. It just depends, all right? Okay. Let me see. I'm going to go in here and erase these highlights that I have. Again, highlighting the things that I have either done or need to do. Oh, missed one. There you go. And you know what? I think that about does it for this particular weekly setup. Now, the thing that I love about this is if I add things to my weekly columns down here, I'm not going to be moving my important boxes here at the top, which I think is great. And my top priority is back in the top corner where I kind of like it up there. And let's go ahead and change this date. So this date will now be June the 5th to the 11th, and that is in 2023. And I have my page title right up there, so I know exactly what is going on. All right, let's see. I think I need one more pop of green. Let's jump back over to those strawberries and take a look. I don't really want a box. Let's try this banner right here. So we'll copy that and we'll take it back to June 5th, paste on the side, and then I can make it bigger if I want, put it into place. And then I can order that and send it to the back. And then my little text box there is on top. I'm going to change that font color to white. We'll make it bold. Let's see, let's center it. Like so. And might even make the font a little bit bigger. There we go. Okay. All right. That looks pretty cute to me. And remember, you can always adjust things and move things around to get them just the way that you like them. For me, that is one of the best things about digital planning, especially in OneNote, because you know, I'm not, because I create my own templates and I create my own text boxes and tables and stuff to use, I can move those things around wherever I want, whenever I want, just like you saw me do today. Tried it one way in May, trying it a different way in June. Well, let me know what you think. Do you like this weekly layout? Do you think this is something that would work for you? What is something that you add to your weekly layout that maybe I don't have on mine? Remember, I do my monthly habit tracking on a monthly spread so that I have all of that information in one place to look at trends. So I don't usually track things like exercise and all that stuff on my weekly. I don't know. I think this red and green, even though sometimes we associate those colors with Christmas, I think it's very invigorating, and I just love the way that it looks on this page for the month of June. So that's it. That's my weeklies for the month of June. All I have to do now is make copies of it and get it set up for every single week, which really is not a big deal at all. All I have to do is change out these little strawberries and I'm good to go. And in fact, I'm going to do that before I go ahead and start filling this one in. So again, I will just right click. I will go to move or copy now that the page is the way that I like it. I will say go to the June section and make a copy of that. And then down here at the bottom, I have a copy that I can pull up and modify. So there is that same page as a copy. And all I can do here is go in and change this to 12 to 17 and so on, so that I have one set up for every single week. All right? All right, I think this is great. It's great fun. I enjoy doing it, and it feels really good to be ready for the month of June. Anyway, here's hoping that you can live a more simplified and organized life through better planning. I use OneNote. Thanks for watching, everybody. Until next time. Okay, bye.